Hey guys, how's it going? I hope everybody is doing well. Today I'm going to do a reading for Virgos for April of 2020. This is going to be for Virgo sun, moon, or rising signs. It is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to everybody. But if it doesn't apply to you, it could be connected to somebody that you're energetically tied to. So just know that if the roles seem reversed, then go ahead and switch them. Take whatever resonates, leave whatever doesn't. The messages are for whoever, seems to need to hear them the most. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into your reading for Virgos for April of 2020. It's going to be happening to my Virgo people for April 2020. Message do we have for Virgos? April 2020. Message do we have for Virgos? Okay, what message do we have for my Virgos? Message do we have for Virgos for April of 2020? Message for my Virgos. That card flipped. No. I hope everybody is handling the shelter in place okay. I know that it's been really challenging for a lot of people. I myself am kind of a hermit, so I've not been super fazed by the fact that we're not supposed to leave the house. But I know that it can make my social peeps go crazy, but that's what FaceTime is for, and Google Duo. I've reconnected with a lot of people, a lot more actually, because people seem to have the time. So I don't really personally look at this as a bad thing, because, well, on a whole, because I know that it's for the greater good ultimately down the road. Once you actually see what's going to occur, the changes that are going to occur because of this. So anyways, I like the fact that people are connecting more, so, or at least in my world, that's what's going on. Hopefully it is for you too. Last card, Virgo, April 2020. What's going on for my Virgos? What is the outcome that can change based on free will? Okay. Okay. So what we have here in the present position, we have the Ten of Wands in reverse for the present position. So in the upright, it's an energy of somebody being really weighed down and burdened by something. Something's been just a really heavy load to bear, but it's in the reverse. So I get the sense that, it's the sense that I'm seeing this shadow right here, the person's looking at the shadow. So I wonder if, I wonder if it's that you're, kind of getting past a situation that might have been very burdensome for you, but also that you're looking at it from a little bit different perspective and seeing possibly what role you had to play in this situation, looking at kind of your shadow side of yourself, that you're just kind of trying to see from somebody else's perspective, how and why this situation would have occurred. And I see a home behind this person. So I get the sense that it might have something to do in regards to your home, that It might have been like turned upside down in some sort of way, or like that that you're trying to see some light in the darkness. But again, you know, looking at things from a different perspective and seeing like, you know, what role it is possible that you could have played in this situation. So for the challenge, we have the Fool in reverse. And so the Fool is taking a leap of faith. And, you know, it's the type of energy of like, you know, just kind of like, oh, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take that leap. And they just kind of blindly do so without typically a lot of thought or energy behind it, or just kind of like, you know, not fear-based by any means. So with the Fool in reverse, I feel like, you know, if you're going to be taking action towards something, because I do see a rod in this person's, in his hands, and, you know, I feel like if you're going to be taking a step forward towards something, or like going on some sort of journey, I feel like that there's some thought that's going into it. But I also, again, see like he's looking at, it's almost like he's looking at a reflection of himself and this animal, the little puppy that's playing with him. But I get the sense, again, of, you know, not taking a leap of faith that at least is not, at least if you're going to, it's something that's been thought out. But I think that you're kind of like looking at like the journey that you've been on and seeing like, again, what role it is that you really had to play in circumstances that have happened in your life, and like the evolution of that. But I'm seeing again, I see the reflection, like this little shadow. So with the shadow here, and then the shadow in there, I think that, you know, ultimately you're really looking at like, you know, different parts of yourself in the journey that you've had so far. And in the past position, we have the Four of Cups, right? So the Four of Cups is like this energy of, you know, having this like this, it's like the Three of Cups is a celebration, right? And we have these three cups that's in front of him, but he's not paying attention to any of those cups. He's paying attention to this one cup that's off in the distance, and there's like some sort of light in the cup. And honestly, like I see the fish there. So like maybe it has to do with a Pisces or a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. So anyways, I get the sense that in the past, it's like you kind of like were not so much celebrating. Like it's like the celebration had kind of stopped, and you were like focused more so on just kind of thinking about possibly the past, or thinking about like, you know, something that you wanted, but just kind of seemed a little bit out of reach, right? And in the future position, we have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is very emotionally balanced. He's very emotionally stable. He loves very deeply. He's like a very kind and compassionate king. Again, could be a water sign that you're dealing with. But this is in the future position, you know, coming to a sense of either having the King of Cups moving towards you, or finding your own sense of emotional balance and stability, kind of like the calmness in the water, right? It's just like I'm seeing these sharks specifically. It's just like freeing yourself of like these shark-like energies, these like this energy of like something swarming that's kind of like I don't know, I'm getting devious, or just like cutthroat, kind of like cutthroat energies. So I don't know, it could have to do with a work situation possibly, or it could be a romantic situation, but just moving past like these cutthroat energies and finding some sort of like emotional stability, emotional balance. So in the unconscious mind, we have the Hanging Man. So this is, again, looking, we've got 3 of these cards that basically say looking at things from a different perspective. So you are unconsciously looking at things from a different perspective. Like, you're seeing things in a different way. You know, it's just, you know, he's just hanging there, like, looking at things in a different way. You know, I think that with whatever situation is going on for you, the waters are calming, and there's like a sense of stillness and peace that you're coming to terms with, and something is really just becoming a little bit more clear. And in the conscious mind, we have the King of Wands in reverse. So in the conscious mind, you know, this king, when I specifically look at this card, it's like he seems a little bit like, he seems very focused and very determined, but he's powerful. He's very powerful. And, you know, this kind of energy is very like, you know, a sense of like coming into, actually, I think, let me look. I get the sense that this king is kind of like holding on to something that it's like it seems like he's got like a pretty decent grip on something. And I don't know what specifically, what passion or like desire that you're wanting to move towards, but it's like you seem to be holding on to it. But it could be a move that you're deciding that you're going to make, like, and you're kind of keeping it to yourself also. Like, there's something that you're going to be doing that you're not necessarily like letting other people know. Or there's something that you figured out that you're not quite letting people know just yet. So then in the internal influences, we have the 8 of Swords in reverse, right? So with the 8 of Swords in reverse, it's like you were bound by this way of thinking that was very, very troublesome. It's like this way of thinking that I get the sense that it's something that was like painful to you, that it's like she doesn't see that, you know, the swords are not touching her. She's bound and she's blinded, but she doesn't see that there's absolutely nothing touching her. There's nothing harming her. So I think that the internal influences is getting past a way of thinking that doesn't really serve you, that is not going to benefit you. And I think that you've made a choice about something with the 2 swords up here. I think there was a decision that you had to make, that you just kind of realized that whatever decision it is, that it is your choice, that you have the ability to decide what it is that you want to do in whatever situation, or whatever situation specifically that you're in or wanting to take action to do. And in the external influences, we have the 5 of Cups in reverse. So this is typically a card of a woman that is, you know, she's feeling very sad and she's pouring her cup into other cups, and she's not even focused on the fact that there's 2 perfectly good cups, like this perfectly good match pair, but she's not focused on that. So what I get in the the external influences is that somebody has decided to fill their own cup, that they have moved past a union, and with their cup being the only one in the upright, I'm getting the sense that they decided that they wanted to fill their own cup. So in the hopes and fears, we have the Chariot card. So it could be a Cancer that you're dealing with, but this is forward movement, and I get the sense that there might be some fear that somebody that either some situation that brought some sort of emotional fulfillment, or that was desired, that there's some fear that that person or that situation might be moving past you, that you're possibly afraid that somebody has made a decision to move past a situation. And so the outcome is the Eight of Wands. So the outcome is that there's going to be communication, and it's going to be fast communication that's going to be coming through. I get the sense that, you know, I get the sense that you are looking to get some answers. I think that there's some things that have been left unsaid that you're looking to get answers for. And with the overall energy being the King of Pentacles in reverse, I get the feeling that, you know, some sort of person that I'm kind of picking up a masculine energy here, that there's a sense of like a loss of some sort of stability that you had, that you're feeling this sense of loss. And so it seems that you're trying to look at things, looking at, you know, what role it's possible that you could have played in this situation panning out the way that it did. So I am going to clarify the present energy. So universe, can we clarify the Ten of Wands reversed? What is the energy resulting from the Ten of Wands reversed? Why do we have the Ten of Wands reversed in the present position? Why do we have the Ten of Wands reversed? Okay, we got the Ace of Coins. One more card. Why do we have the Ten of Wands reversed? Okay. So what I see with the Ten of Wands reversed, clarified with the Ace of Coins and the Three of Swords reversed, I feel like there's some sort of offer, some sort of like gift that has been made or is being made, and somebody is getting over heartache, that they're getting over that feeling of like, that feeling of loss or hurt. It could have been caused by a third party situation, doesn't have to be, but could be, but some sort of like situation that was really heartbreaking, that somebody is like getting past heartbreak. I don't know if it's you or the person that you're connected to. I'm feeling like it might be the person that you're connected to. And so there's this sense of like trying to figure out, you know, why did this happen? So let's clarify the King of Cups. What is the King of Cups? Why do we have the King of Cups in the future position? Why do we have the King of Cups? We have the Ten of Coins reversed. Ten of Coins reversed. So what I get from that is a sense of kind of like, you know what, actually, hold on, let me get one more card. So why do we have the King of Cups in the future position? Why do we have the King of Cups? And then we have the Four of Coins. So in the future position, it seems that somebody might have been kind of like holding on to, they might have been super focused on their finances, or they could have been super focused on like their career, or like, you know, something about just like attaining some sort of like financial freedom or stability in some sort of way, that somebody had been working on creating, or possibly that they were just kind of like not being like free and giving with their, I don't want to say their resources, but yeah, kind of like their resources, that they were like hoarding this. And it's almost, I get the sense of like possibly the future is, I don't know, this King of Cups, like I'm feeling that this might be somebody that you're energetically connected to. Doesn't have to be though. But I get the sense that somebody is found some sort of like stability in a way that has, it's like that they've set themselves in a way that they have become more secure, and so they have been able to come into emotional balance. Could be you, could be somebody you know. So let's clarify the Chariot. Why do we have the Chariot? Ace of Swords. So there's clarity in a situation. And there's forward movement because of this clarity. I was asking, I didn't say it out loud, but I was asking if they could clarify the King of Coins in reverse, and this card popped out. So since I didn't say it out loud, normally I wouldn't take it, but I thought it and it came out. So we have the Nine of Swords reversed, clarifying the King of Coins reverse. So I get the sense that somebody moved past a situation, that they've kind of like gotten past the mental torment in a way, and are, you know, with you know, the main sword in the middle here, clarifying the Chariot, that somebody has moved forward because they gained some clarity in a situation. They decided to get past this toxic or, you know, negative thought patterns. So let's see, what advice do we have for Virgos? What advice do we have for Virgos? Actually, real quick, different deck. So what is the main energy that Virgo is dealing with? What is the main energy that Virgo is dealing with? What's the main energy that Virgo is dealing with? Who is Virgo dealing with? Pluto. So, you know, that could be the situation that's happening. Pluto is planet of the underworld, so rules Scorpio. Could be a Scorpio that you're dealing with. Let's see, one more card. One more card. Just the energy that's you're dealing with. What is the energy that Virgo is dealing with? And then we have the moon. So moon could be Cancer, water sign in general. I with Pluto and the moon, I'm getting a sense that it could be a water sign. Could be a Cancer. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Anyways, okay. So what advice do we have for Virgos for April of 2020? What advice? Ooh. Messing up my cards here. This is not shuffling well. Oh my goodness. All right. It's like slipping on the cards. What advice do you have? Okay. Look at that card for a minute. So when I look at this card, I see somebody's watching, and I think that they're looking at history, looking at patterns. I am so sorry about that, Virgo. I got a call unexpectedly. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. But anyways, so yeah, with the advice, it seems that you or somebody you are connecting with might be stalking a little bit. They might be just kind of observing a situation or taking a step back or kind of looking at like different parties involved, different or possibly that they're reminiscing or looking at, they seem to, I mean, it looks like they're looking at pictures. So, you know, somebody could be Facebook stalking a little bit or like Instagram or something like that. But it seems that, you know, I get this sense that somebody is watching somebody else. So they're kind of like looking into somebody else's life a little bit. So that's interesting advice. That doesn't seem very advice-ly. But let's pull one more card for Virgo. What advice do you have for Virgo? Here we go. Okay. There we go. So it looks to me that there's going to be the death of a situation. It's you know, it's like somebody's hands are tied, feeling restricted, and just, you know, there's been some clarity about something. So I'm getting the sense that Virgo needs to release themselves of what is restraining them. So I hope that helped. And I will just say that I hope that, Virgo, you have an amazing April. I hope that it is not as challenging as I'm getting the sense that it is. But again, you know, with the outcome being the Eight of Rods, you know, just communicate whatever you feel like you need to say. And yeah, best of luck.